Everything the light touches is our kingdom.
Isaiah 32. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
Welcome to the kingdom.
Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
Revelation 14. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sung, as it were, a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but 144,000, which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto God and to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of God. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people, saying with a loud voice, Fear God, and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters.
See, this is what we're hoping for. This is part of our hope. Not only that we're members of the elect with fruits meet for repentance, like John the Baptist said, but from our low estate, because we've been brought low, even though we have this knowledge, we have this truth. Remember what is said in Revelation. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. Why are we rich? Because we're rich in faith. We have this knowledge. So our hope is at our last end, we're going to be increased. Okay? And if you ask me, the greatest riches right now is to be delivered by Yahweh Shai, is to get that new body that the Apostle Paul spoke about in 1 Corinthians 15th chapter, to get that, get that new body where we'll never be sick, we'll be immortals, like it said in 1 Corinthians 15, to be delivered from the coming destruction, and to be a part of Yahweh Shai's cabinet in the next kingdom, okay? Those are the real riches right now. That's what we want to get. Because if you get that, you got everything. I mean, you got everything. Okay? So our sights are set a lot higher than this present world. All right? As it is written, the fashion of this world shall pass away. We are individuals of vision. And the scripture said where an individual lacks vision, he perishes. Okay? So we can see the future. All right? And we hope that we're going to be part of it, beginning with the elect.
Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rakakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers, and peace and blessings and salutation to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem. Yahweh Shah Bahashem Rakakadash, pushing to get up out there, and shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. All right, so what we're going to go into, this morning, news and prophecy, dealing with, the Gary update, still, without lights, a lot of those residents. And then also going into the crisis that awaits, the global crisis, that awaits. Okay, because what we're coming into is much bigger than what we see happening in Gary, Indiana. All right, it's very small and minor compared to what the Lord is going to bring to the earth. All right, and the scriptures speak about a time like never before. Okay, because incidents like Gary, Indiana, these things have happened. But the main thing we're going to take away from what's happening, in Gary is the mindset of Jake, which lets us know that generation of the wilderness, all right, that unappreciative, entitled, okay, hard head, walking in circles generation is back, and they're here for the final judgment, all right, that the Lord's getting ready to bring to 2/3 of our people, just like there's a predestined elect, all right, from the foundation of the world, there was a predestined to come back to Yahweh Bahashem Al Shai in these last days to be awakened to this truth, to separate from this world, okay, and begin to follow, Yahweh Shai, begin to conform, to righteousness, okay, where you have a generation of the 2/3 that come back in their hard head, stiff neck, entitled, unappreciative, okay, crying to other gods, okay. That generation will keep coming back as well, and see, they're back in this last time for this final judgment, just as the hopeful elect are here, all right, for that final reward. Okay, so I want to go here. I was reading this morning. Spirit had me reading this in the book of Jeremiah, the 2nd chapter. So when you go here to Jeremiah chapter 2, and I'm gonna jump around reading NLT, it's a heavy chapter. All right, dealing with Jake, man. The Lord is really, getting at Jake, talking to Jake, like, like what's good. You see, like, y'all tripping, So let's go here to the book of Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 1. This is an NLT. It said, the Lord gave me another message. He said, go and shout this message to Jerusalem. This is what the Lord says. I remember how eager you were to please me as a young bride long ago, how you loved me and followed me even through the barren wilderness, man. And this is when the Lord, first delivered us out of ancient Egypt. Okay, he showed that power, and he gave us Moses, as a leader, to lead us out of ancient Egypt, that captivity. You see, so the Lord, like, I remember, the days you was eager to follow me back then. Okay. It says, in those days, Israel was holy to the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shai, the first of his children. Let you know that Israel was the firstborn. Let you know that their birthright of firstborn was always meant for Israel. Okay, because the Lord is calling Israel his firstborn. That's mentioned all throughout the scriptures. It says, all who harmed his people were declared guilty, and disaster fell on them. I, the Lord, have spoken. Yeah, when we was, in the wilderness, man, you see, the Lord was with us, man. All right, we defeated, the militaries of the heathen. First, the Lord took down Egypt, the superpower at the time. And then in the wilderness, the chariot, which was Yahweh Shai, was a cloud, by day for shade, it was a covering, and then it was a light at night. All right, they guided us, man. So we had favor. And then, we had help, against our enemies. As the first people we were coming to contact with was Amalek, and it was through Joshua, book the Exodus 16 chapter, the Lord, had the elders hold up, Moses' hand. Okay, so we win the battle, with Joshua, the head of the Lord's armies. Okay, Israel army. You see, but the point is we had favor. You see, and if you came up against us, man, hey, you came up against the Lord. You see, verse 4 says, listen to the word of the Lord, people of Jacob, all you families of Israel. This is what the Lord says. What did your ancestors find wrong with me that led them to stray so far from me? They worship worthless idols only to become worthless themselves. Okay, and that generation is back. Okay, and that's always been a kryptonite for us as a people, is idolatry, man, worshiping other gods, man. That will always be our weakness. Okay, and tap into the culture of these heathens and worship their idols, man. It always became a weakness, and it made us worthless as a people, man. And you look at our people today, they made themselves worthless, chasing all these idols of the new Babylon, of the new Egypt, of the new Rome. Okay, which are full of self-worship, queen of heaven. Okay, worship of sex, worship of money, their Bacchus spirit, Dionysus. Because our people don't understand the deities that they're worshiping with this culture, with this lifestyle they call black culture, westernization, nigger culture. Okay, there's nothing but pagan culture when you tap into it because of the things that they idolize. Okay, the shape of a woman, that's queen of heaven. Okay, their partying spirit, it goes back to Bacchus, man. Okay, their deities tied to the things that our people, all right, idolize, man. Okay, and what has it done for our people? It made them worthless, and it has separated them from their power. And we was in that madness, man. That's why, we gotta be extremely appreciative that the Lord brought us out of darkness, man. We was in that madness, man, going down that way. And if we stayed in that darkness, we would have been further away from our power. Okay, coming into the worst time ever. It said, verse 6, it said, they did not ask, where's the Lord who brought us safely out of Egypt and led us through the barren wilderness, the land of desert and pits, a land of drought and death, where no one lives or even travels. Yeah, so the Lord brought us through the middle of a desert, lands that never been traveled because of how dangerous they were for the wealth of the animals, But the Lord brought us through that, man, with his power. You see? And here it is, all the Lord, doing for us during the time of Egypt, man. As soon as Moses went to get the law, he was gone 40 days, and Jake went right into the idols of Egypt, man. Okay, a very unappreciative, entitled, impatient, faithless generation, man. And that's the generation that the Lord killed off in the wilderness, man. But them niggas always come back with that same rebellious, idolatry, entitled, spirit, man. And that generation is back, man. Because it says what? They did not ask, where is the Lord? Because what's going on in Gary, Indiana, we're going to go through the clips. No one's asking about the Lord. Everybody talking about what they're going to do, and everybody wants to play the victim and go on these rants and, You see, when no one's talking about the Lord, this is a generation that don't even consider the Lord, man. And this is why it's gonna get so bad for Jake 2/3, man. This not even, this doesn't even register. What's going on in Gary, Indiana right now don't even register for what the Lord is getting ready to do, man. Okay. So let's just jump around some more. So you jump down to verse 11. It says, has any nation ever traded its gods for new ones, even though they are not gods at all? Your people have, yet my people have exchanged their glorious God, their glorious power for worthless idols, man. You know, and going back to, this slavery, which, the scriptures speak about, will be a great fall in the way, which we fell away as a people. But then the scriptures speak about after those 3 days and a half, being in that dead state, that the Lord, will send his spirit, all right, to revive a remnant. You see, to come back to Yahweh by Shema Shah, to put down worthless idols, man. And that's happening right before 2/3 of our people, but they still don't consider, because they're hardened, okay, to be rebellious, man. We have to understand that. Well, see, if you're emotional about Gary, Indiana, I don't know what to tell you. You might well get a blindfold, man, because it's gonna get way worse than that, man. Okay, you emotional and you frustrated about what's going on with Jake, about Gary, Indiana. The Lord ain't even started yet, man. Okay, this is just one of those Ezekiel moments when the Lord told Ezekiel, look through this hole, look at what these niggas are doing, man. So Lord caused certain things to happen, man, for the prophets to look at Jake, man, and see what Jake mind at, man. It's like, damn. Okay, verse 12, it says, the heavens are shocked at such a thing and shrink back in horror and dismay, says the Lord. Yeah, because even, the angels are like, damn, these niggas are tripping. The angels, because the angels are looking into, the affairs of men, because the Lord uses, the angels to play on the minds of men. Okay. You see, so even in the heavens, they in awe at the rebellion of 2/3, man. It says, for my people have done two evil things. They have abandoned me, the fountain of living water, and they have dug for themselves cracked cisterns that can hold no water at all, man. So you look at, our people and how they try to fix themselves through black culture, through Christianity, through, the economics, trying the economy, Esau education, and this and that, all these different things. Niggas were Democrats, and now niggas Republicans, and now, niggas just confused. They don't know what to do now. Okay, well, all these things that our people, have tried to do to conjure up to sustain themselves. Black Panther, this Black Lives Matter, and groping in the daytime, but they're like cracked cisterns, something that's useless, man. All the things that our people have tried to organize around and rally around have been useless, man. They don't hold no water. Okay, but here it is. We have access to the fountain of living water through Yahweh by Shema Shah, man. And this is that fountain that just keeps on giving us a never-ending supply of wisdom and understanding and discernment and revelations of what's going on real time, man. It's never ending. You see, but our people try to make, like a cracked cistern, something that's useless to be of use, man. I say Christianity, nigga culture, Democrat, Republican, whatever a nigga can think of or try to conjure up is useless, man. But the remnant has tapped back into that fountain of living water, man. Okay, now when you jump down, all right, to verse 17, it says, and you, all right, it says, and you have brought this upon yourselves by rebelling against the Lord your power, even though he was leading you on the way. Okay, so our people are bringing these things upon themselves, man. They cry out and play the victim, and look, they're just like, no, nigga, you the problem. Yes, Esau gonna be the devil. He has a lot of wickedness. We go into Esau and his wickedness, but you still cry to this nigga, man. We explain to you that this nigga the devil, and what do you Israelites do? You still go cry to this nigga, man. You bypass Yahweh by Shema Shai and go cry to Esau. Okay? So here it is, we're telling you about this devil and how he gets down, and we go into the details of what this nigga has done, is doing, and is planning on doing, man. Okay? But you niggas still want to operate, you know, within this man's system and hope to find some type of justice, man. Okay? So no, it's your own rebellion that's keep putting you Jakes in the same predicament. This is that wilderness. I mean, this is that generation that walked in circles in the wilderness, man. Okay? That's why you keep seeing the same events, the same talking points over and over again with no change. Okay? Verse 19, it says, my friend, read verse 18. It says, what have you gained from your alliances with Egypt? Okay, what do niggas gain from your alliance with Egypt, with America, man? And your covenants with Assyria, which is likened unto America as well. What have you gained? Okay, look at Jake culture, man. Look at the man and woman that's being produced from black culture. What have you gained? Okay, family structure is non-existent. Okay, it's just a dark matriarch that runs, you know, nigga culture. You see, black culture. So family structure is non-existence. Okay, no one is becoming skillful. There's nothing that Jake got going on, man. Okay, it's just a bunch of niggas waking up every day, winging it, and getting worse. You see, so what have you gained from your alliance in Egypt? Okay, it says, what good to you are the streams of the Nile and the waters of the Euphrates River, which, you know, it goes into, you know, the Nile was very, you know, vital to the Egyptian economy. You know, the Euphrates was, you know, vital to the Syrian, you know, empire, you know, systems of trade, commerce, okay, tax, you know, tribute, you know, these things played a major part. So what has the American system been? How does the American system benefit you? Because what, and Gary and Young, what they saying, what FEMA? Well, that system don't benefit you, man. Even, you know, you just government assistance. Look at what you traded off for government assistance, man. You trade off structure. You traded off, you know, having some type of autonomy, being skillful. Okay, someone has to tell you where to live, how many hours you can work. No man. Okay. So forth and so on. So what has this system done for you? What has this system benefit you in any type of way? Nothing in this system is meant to benefit you, only destroy you, man. Okay, and they pay these certain niggas millions of dollars, okay, to lead you astray. Okay, the people that they pay the most money in this system are paid and set up to lead you further away from your power. So nothing in the system benefits you, man. And you still cry to this same system for some type of justice, man. You see, it says your wickedness will bring its own punishment. Your wickedness will bring its own punishment, man. Look at you niggas day-to-day behavior towards one another. Okay, but then when the crisis comes, you instantly turn to a victim. Nah, man, your wickedness is bringing these things upon you, man. And your wickedness gives your enemy the ups on you, the leverage on you, man. Okay? And you keep doing the same thing, getting the same results, crying out the same song, man. Okay? It says you're turning from me will shame you. You will see what an evil, bitter thing it is to abandon the Lord, your power, and not to fear him. I, the Lord of heaven armies have spoken, man. And this is what Jake getting ready to go through, man. Okay, they finna see how much evil and bitterness that the Lord gonna bring for them abandoning him. Okay, and he's raised up the prophets in these last days, man. That's why Jake has no cloak for their sin. Okay, so that's why, you know, that victim, all right, that victim role is played out. You know, you can pack that victim role up, man. And since you Israelites want to play victim, man, the Lord is going to bring that to life, man. Since you want to be a victim, but you're a victim of your own decision making, man, your own wickedness, man. Okay, So let's go here. Let's get into some videos, man. All right, now this first one is let's see. And this is from the beloved elder brother Shaquat from down in GMS Mississippi camp. All right, the brother channel GMS dedication. Subscribe and be edified and be informed. The brother's always going into a lot of current events, the happenings. Okay, but I'll leave the link to his channel, link to this video. But we're gonna play the intro of one of his latest videos. All right, entitled "Jacob, you're about to be in some serious trouble." And like I said, this ain't even a warm up. Okay, this ain't even a warm up for what the Lord getting ready to do. All right, to Jake, man. You see? So let's play a little bit of this.
We know why they not coming out here though. I mean, it's obvious, it's obvious. Gary is full of, us, diversity. Yeah. Not really diversity, but it's full of black people. Yeah. We the blackest city out here. So they don't want to check on us.
Yeah. They're NIPSCO. Everybody pays them. We don't pay, we get cut off. But when disaster happens, they want to charge us X amount of dollars, but we already paying into this. They got billions, trillions of dollars. We working day to day on paycheck. So yes, they could have did better. They got the money. We don't got the money. They say they supposed to maintenance that yearly. They haven't been out here in a year or two, maybe 3 years. I can't sleep at night because I can't plug my sleep apnea machine up. I can't afford a generator. I'm working on a month salary. So therefore, we need them to either give us generators or get this power up and running. We got a 91-year-old man that lived at the end, almost at the end of the thing. They had to rush him to the hospital. We had an elder lady across the street. She had medical condition. She bedridden. People come out to help her also. So we really need them to work more faster.
See, and the only thing they're saying is we need them, Esau. Okay, that's the only thing Jake is screaming. We need them to do this. We need them to do that. Nobody owe you niggas nothing. Esau your enemy. He don't need to do a goddamn thing, but keep his foot on your goddamn neck, man. That's his assignment. See, you people don't understand. All right, the script of the Lord's movie, man. Esau is your enemy. Okay? He's not here to pamper you niggas, man. All right? And you got your little first world privileges for a few decades in this society. All right? And you niggas feel like you so entitled to every goddamn thing. Okay? Yeah, they need to bring us generators. Nigga, Esau not bringing no goddamn generator, man. Okay? He might bring another storm through there. That's what he probably do. Tap their heart. Double tap on you niggas, man. Okay, that's what he probably bring through there. You see? But you just see this entitlement and all they concerned about it. We need this. They need it. Man, Esau gonna give it down. And you gonna learn, all right, in a very dramatic, all right, and horror, all right, horrific fashion that Esau don't care. Okay, let's play a little more of this. And the brother could, I think their limitations are they're 4 and 7. How Jake eyes have failed, waiting for a nation. I think the limitations 4 and 7.
Because we don't want to lose no lives if we don't have to. Our governor needs to get his butt out here and see that you want in these neighborhoods.
The community definitely is doing something with the giving back. They've been giving away free food, especially at the Y here. They've been giving out free food to us in showers, hot showers. So it's definitely good that we are.
And just look what Jake on, man. Just foolishness, man. Through. Okay? That's why I say this ain't even a glimpse, because ain't none of this dancing and playing gonna be going on. Lord really bring to Jake, man. Okay? That's why I say this ain't even a preview of what the Lord getting ready to do.
All coming together finally. We just need more coverage for sure. We need to come together as a community and get it together. We won't be struggling as bad as just one person just struggling. If all come together, we'll be good. Something like this, they giving out free water, free cakes, and famous people here and stuff. We need that. We definitely need that.
And they were all alike. have differences. We need more help.
Yes.
All of us.
Yes.
Like, we're humans at the end of the day. Nobody is better than the other person. So we all go through similar struggles every single day. Let's help each other.
So the purge is happening right now in front of our fucking faces, and niggas just seem to not understand the seriousness of all that shit. Bro, in Gary, Indiana, right the fuck now, they have been without power for fucking 9 days. The entire Gary, Indiana. Then supposedly somebody tried to go and fucking fix the shit and they got shot at. If that's not another fucking sign right there that niggas need to stop playing, like, bro, it's like, you can't wake nobody up. But the niggas that are woke, why the fuck have we not band together yet and actually did some shit that's going to cause an effect on this system that we call society? Because, bro, it's like,
You niggas ain't woke. Okay? In fact, you're just riding around in the car, okay, on the rant, talking about nothing. Nigga, you're not woke. Okay? You have not been revived by the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shad. It brings us into true understanding and true clarity of what's going on. Okay? And the purge ain't started yet. You know? Y'all nah. You gonna see when the purge starts, you ain't gonna be riding around doing a video. Nigga, you gonna be in survival mode. Okay? When the purge really jump off, when Esau really shut shit down, okay, the Lord put the spirit on Esau to shut shit down and really send them guys in there, okay? And ain't gonna be no video being made, no vain rant talking about nothing. All right, talking about why haven't all the woke people come together? Well, the true woke people, okay, is the elect, okay, and through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shad, all right, the elect is being gathered by this word. See, we understand what it is. Okay? We just out here randomly talking about coming together to do what? All right, now listen to this nigga bright idea. Okay, let's listen to Einstein with this genius idea he got with the what need to happen.
like, even me is like, I know I can't do it by myself. So it has to be an organized thing. But I get on here, I talk about all that shit, and then we trying to do something about it. It's like, what am I supposed to do? Until I got my tribe of motherfuckers that's gonna go knock this and tear the fucking system down. So it's like, so many different foods for the last few months have been getting recalled. Fucking lettuce, nigga, eggs, the basic foods. It's not even like the specifically this thing if you type of people like this. No, nigga, the basic shit that 90% of motherfuckers eat is getting recalled. What the fuck? Like, all it takes is for 2 billion of us to motherfucking just stop paying our bills, bro. To just say fuck it. And specifically in America, I don't know how many exact motherfuckers is, but bro, just take a couple million of us, bro, to be like, fuck it, bro. I'm not paying my bills for this whole month. And they got no choice but to motherfucking get that.
So his solution is not paying bills. You know, this is Jake's solution. All right. He said 2 billion people stop paying bills. It's not 2 billion people in America, man. Okay, like 350, give or take, 350 million. Okay, so this nigga said that 2 billion people stop paying their bills. You know, like that's some great idea. Okay, showing you that this is the generation of the wilderness, man. They're groping in the noonday. All right, it's a blind man. All right, that's his genius idea. Stop paying bills, man. Okay. Yeah, Jake don't get it. Jake don't know what's happening. Jake don't know what part of the movie they in. Jake don't understand the will of the Lord. You know, so they just out here randomly ranting, okay, and waiting on Esau. Okay, now let's see, play a little bit of this one. Let's get this precept first. So let's go here to I think the brother posted it for me. This is here we go. All right, this is on GMS Des Moines. Lamentations 4:17 says, as for us, our eyes yet faileth for our vain help. Okay. And we have watched for a nation that could not save us, man. Okay. Esau once set up to save you niggas, man. Everything this nigga has done for you, okay, has been, all right, to push you away from your power. Everything that this nigga has given you, and you looked at it as a gift, this nigga, you know, has, or you look at this nigga as he's considerate about you. Okay, everything that this nigga has given you has been to push you away from your power. Okay, Esau is not set up to save you niggas and pamper you niggas, man. Okay, and the Lord finna put a different spirit on Esau out here, man, and it's gonna be way worse than, you know, just a few days with the lights on. Nah, man, it's gonna get way worse than that, man. Okay, the Lord really gonna put a spirit on Esau to get at Jake, man. Jacob trouble, you're not gonna have to question it. Are we in Jacob's trouble, man? The apostles have been saying for a while. Now let's play this. Play a little bit of this.
For us, and that question couldn't come from a better place right now than Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana. This is home of the Jackson family. Gary, Indiana was a booming, thriving city. When the jobs went, you know, things fell down. And Gary, Indiana, right now, these residents are screaming at the rooftops because of a storm that came through. They have been without power for over a week. The kids have not been in school for about a week. And they're sitting around wondering, like, who is going to come and fix this? Now, there have been some things that have been done, but things that I would say the local government is doing at this point in time, it doesn't make everybody whole again. It doesn't fix the situation. It's just like I said, we were talking about Asheville, North Carolina. Like, I had a classmate that lived in Asheville, North Carolina. When that hurricane came through, they lost everything. And it's like, you have to start all over again. So let's hear what the residents in Gary, Indiana are saying so that you can understand what is going on. There needs to be a federal emergency declared. But listen to this.
I've been out on power since Tuesday of last week, and I'm still sitting in the dark. I got my grandmother with me, so we have to go out, get our phone charged, get food. We have to throw away the food, trees in the lawn.
Communities of color are left behind and always feel like they're the last to get turned on or the last to get rescued in these situations.
It's not okay for us to...
And there was a mayor, you know, that light-skinned nigga, that's, you know, the mayor of Gary, Indiana. All right. And these cities that got these Jake mayors, man, you know, they get it the worst. Okay. You see? But once again, he said they're crying at the rooftops. You know, they're saying they wonder who gonna fix it. Okay. And they only complain to one person, and that's Esau. They only cry out to one person, that's Esau, man. The Lord is not mentioned. I've been going through, you know, clips this morning. Nobody's mentioned the Lord. Nobody's mentioned the prayer or anything. Okay.
Continually be in survival mode. We need to have a light at the end of the tunnel.
It's been pretty rough.
Well, more than a week and a half after devastating storms swept through Indiana, killing at least 7 people, thousands are still without power. Utility crews working around the clock, but the thousands of lingering outages remain concentrated in the northwestern part of the state. And ground zero of the outages is centered in Michael Jackson's hometown of Gary, Indiana. Utility company NIPSCO says some 40,000 in the region could remain in the dark until sometime next week.
So again, we're starting to see remnants of what we saw before, right? Like with Katrina, with Asheville, North Carolina. We're talking about, like, people have to understand, when you don't have power for that long of a time, which is absolutely ridiculous, you have a refrigerator that is full of food. All of that food is going to spoil. There's only so much that you can do to preserve the food. We just told you how expensive the grocery prices are right now. So that's money that went to waste. Now, I want to explain some of the things that have been done, but there's more that needs to be done. So one of the things is this, and shout out to someone sent this to me. So listen to this. There is assistance, but it is not the same thing as everyone being made whole. The YWCA has provided shelter, meals, and charging. The Monroe Center has emergency shelter. Community organizations are distributing groceries and meals. And Gary's City Life Center has been providing 3 meals a day. Indiana has opened emergency grants of up to $5,000 for eligible households. Gary has also received $100,000 from Glenn Robinson and $100,000 from the Hard Rock Casino, specifically for food, hydration, hygiene, cleaning, and debris removal assistance. Listen to this part, though. FEMA's existing emergency declaration includes Lake County, but this is important. That initial declaration primarily supports emergency governmental response and direct federal assistance. Indiana has now sought a broader major disaster declaration, which is the pathway towards substantially greater long-term federal recovery assistance.
And that's a nigga in game. All right. Federal assistance to government, ESA. Okay. That's a nigga in game. You see? FEMA is all right, the savior. You see? This is Jake, man. No one's considering the Lord. She not gonna talk about the Lord. None of this whole video. Okay? The people that they bring out in these interviews, okay? None of them gonna talk about the Lord. Okay? Let's see. Let's go here. Then we'll segue.
Cards aren't even working. I ran into some ladies that had children and my heart broke.
My name's Aja and I'm going on day 7 of having no power in one of Indiana's worst blackouts and one of the highest crime cities in Indiana.
NIPSCO, the company that services 100% of customers in Gary, are now saying that it may be until next Tuesday until many people get power back.
We're on day 9 of no power in Gary, Indiana.
My neighbor across the street, my teacher down two streets down. We have no air in here.
Schools are closed. Families are throwing away spoiled food. People are driving to Illinois just to find ice for insulin.
I am from Gary, Indiana. I was born there, raised there until I was about 8 years old. My family is from there and people still live there. And many people are telling me that they still don't have power. They have trees on top of their homes. One of my cousins sent me this video of a grocery store completely decimated, food spoiled. This is also where the city gave people vouchers to, $150 of vouchers, but this was the only place that they could use the vouchers.
I, for one, had not.
Yeah, they gave Jake, $150 voucher to an empty grocery store, man. They're making mockery of you niggas, man. Okay? Just making a mockery of you niggas, man. You see? Damn. I see the sister up there. They said, I'm in Gary, Indiana, and it's been 14 days, 2 weeks. People still don't have power. Yahweh Shema Shai is taking care of me, hey, and may the Lord continue, to bless their sister in their situation, man. Okay? Because it was the resources can't help if you don't have gas or power to get there. Yeah, man. And see, going back into it, Jake is not acknowledging Yahweh Shema Shai, because even in the midst of that, the elect gonna be taken care of, man, in all situations. And matter of fact, the brother want to post that in the book of Romans 8:28. I said, may their sister be blessed in their situation. And if it's let me see. Because I know the brothers is up there as well. The brothers up there in Indiana. But let's see. It's another video. this one right here. But your brother can post it in Romans 8:28. Yeah, so yeah, certain people getting their power back on, some power still out, you know. But if someone is of the elect, all right, the Lord gonna bring them through it, man. The Lord gonna make a way, you know, because the only way to get through these times is gonna be through miracles, man. All right, and the Lord has these things happen to the elect for the sake of what? A faith booster, man. Okay, 2/3 they're gonna cry and be unappreciative, cry to Esau, complain, play the victim. But now, man, if we are the elect, man, the Lord gonna make a way. You see? It's the brother Anajium that's all in, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love the Most High, to them who are called according to his purpose. Everything works for the good for the elect, man. You know, whether it's a power outage, a loss of a job, or this, or whatever it might be, man. You know, all these scenarios, you know, that we go through, that we of the elect, man, they're meant to boost our faith. They're meant to try us and refine us, man. You know, because we're going to go into these times with our faith unmovable. You know, and we continue to sit up prayers for the elect every day anyway, man. You know, and specific prayers for any of the elect, because any of the elect in Gary, Indiana, or wherever, they're going to be good. You know, there's no doubt about it. You see? Let's get this, brother GMS Des Moines, which that's close. I know Des Moines, and I think that's Indiana as well. You know, so I don't know what's up with the Indiana brothers. Any brother got an update on it, you know. But one thing we know for sure, them brothers good, man. Like it's you don't even worry, because you know that them brothers been holding it down in the trenches in the front line, man. Lord, finna have them out there looking crazy, man. You know, this Psalms 34:19 said, "Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord Yahweh Shema shall deliver him out of them all." Okay, because we go through the same thing Jay go through. See, we tap back into our power. Okay, we're not sitting around waiting on FEMA. What they gonna do? If FEMA cut the check and they come, hell yeah. Okay, the check come, you know, just, you know. But even then, it's the Lord. We don't, you know, not praising FEMA. No, the Lord gonna do that. You see, everything is of the Lord, man. You know, even a script say, what's that? Is it Proverbs 16:7? I believe brother want to get that, you know. But nah, man, Jake just out here unappreciative, you know, entitled, you know, want to play the victim. And the only thing that niggas can do is beg Esau. You know, they trying to figure out how to get FEMA involved and what can we do to, you know. You see? But you niggas, well, like I say, this is just it's like I said, this is not even a prelude to what the Lord's getting ready to do, man, in the times to come. Okay? So let's play this. This is another one. And just listen to Jake, man.
Yeah, you smell it. Yeah, and it's sewage. I noticed that in my bathroom, it has a real bad smell.
In unincorporated Calumet Township, the sewage pumps failing during this outage.
And we don't have any power. This is terrible.
Neighbors reporting tubs and toilets stopped working after the storm. Lake County opening these portable restrooms nearby at the Lake Ridge Fire Station. These bathrooms have a sink, they have a toilet and a shower that people can use, and most crucially, they also have air conditioning.
Makes it hard, but hopefully sooner or later, the power comes back on and things will straighten out.
Meantime, over in the city of Gary, this was the scene at the Save More Foods grocery store running off a generator. That means no meat, nothing fresh.
No luxuries, no ice cream, no popsicles for the children. It's just basic food just to survive.
I see now we waste money on books, concerts, clothing. Yeah, all these new clothes y'all are going just so y'all go out, shoes, stuff like that. When y'all got families and knowing everything that's going on in this country, y'all ain't getting prepared for it. What happened in Indiana should be a wake-up call for damn near everybody in this country. Generators, stop it. They need fuel to run. And this 2-week thing they talking about in Indiana, maybe 3 weeks, it be a trial run. How they survive? What if it happens throughout the entire country? And it ain't 2 or 3 weeks, but it's 2-3 months or longer. What the fuck are we gonna do? You ain't getting no gas, no generator. Oh hell no, that's done. Inverters. You damn right. I have it. A 5,000 watt inverter. Now I got 10 batteries. I've been buying them 100 amp hour batteries. I've been buying them every chance I get. Now I have 10. I did a test run in my house. I connected 5 batteries to that inverter. Do you know I ran 3 window units, my deep freezer, my refrigerator, the stove, wash and dry when I had to wash shit like that, coffee pot, air fryer, a whole lot of shit in my house. I even had my son playing his Xbox, whatever you call that damn game. 13 hours, 5 batteries. They went dead. I had 5 standby batteries. Now, I know y'all saying when them go out, if it lasts long, what you gonna do? Well, I'm pretty smart in one level because I have solar powered battery charger. Yeah, I ordered that too. And all I do is just take the 5, connect them to that solar powered battery charger. For 5 batteries running consecutive, it takes 6 hours to charge them all. But guess what? My other batteries are still running on the other one. So by the time they go down, I just replace them. We would be without power for maybe a minute, just switching over one motherfucker. That's it. Instead of spending money foolishly, knowing what this country is about to face, people need to start thinking about their family. And yes, Unc got protection.
This is a very
Oh boy. So yeah, so a nigga with his 10 batteries and an inverter got it figured out. You see the pride that's on Jake, man? You know, if a brother can post that, I think let's get Proverbs 26 and 12. And then I think also Proverbs 3 and 5, Bible shop. Okay. But when you go here, servants of Yahweh shop, Proverbs 16 and 7, when a man ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. Okay. So our focus is on pleasing our power, man. You see, the nigga think he got every scenario planned out. Nigga just learned about an inverter, okay, 3 months ago, and now he got a master grand plan to survive what's coming to America, man. Okay, you think that when it really go down, when they shut the grid down, okay, you think you just gonna be in the house, your son gonna be playing PlayStation, and you gonna be cooking wings on the air fryer with your 10 batteries? Okay, and you're gonna be good. No, man, it's gonna be so much going on. And then even with the whole solar thing, well, what do you need for solar power? The sun, dumb stupid nigga. So what you gonna do on a cloudy day? Okay, what you gonna do when it's overcast? You see? Talking about Unc got it figured out. Unc ain't got a goddamn thing figured out. They don't understand this is a judgment of the Lord. Okay. No, the mindset of the elect is to be pleasing to our power, man, because there's so much that's going to be happening that we can't plan for, man. You know, and then it's so stress-free, you know, when you don't have to try to plan for every scenario, man, because the Lord telling us to fear not, I got y'all. You know, it's so much comfort just in it, man. But you got a nigga like that think he got this thing mapped out and that he ahead of the game, so now he need to get on here and cuss you niggas out for not having batteries and spending money on the club and all. He gonna see that all it's a waste of time. Okay, and then that just what's that in 2nd Esdras 16? You know, the more that they deck their houses, the more he's gonna, you know, the Lord gonna be pissed. I think like 2nd Esdras 16 and 46. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 26 and 12. This is brother servants of Yahweh says, seest thou a man wise in his own conceit? There is more hope of a fool than him. So niggas like that think they got it figured out. He's wise in his own conceit. He think that he's light years ahead of the game. You know, oh, so I got these batteries going. I got these batteries on the solar charge. What you gonna do on a cloudy day, nigga? Okay. Jake think they so goddamn smart and ready, you know. You see, and niggas like that, man, they're gonna suffer the worst for thinking they got it figured out. And see, that's that pride that Jake got, man. Okay. Let's see. Let's go. Yep, the brother got it. But let's get this real quick. Proverbs. And this is Brother Corner Waffle. GMS prayer always hope for elect. Proverbs 3:5 said, trust in the Lord with all thy heart and lean not unto thy own understanding. Okay, and this nigga think he got to figure out, but you see, nobody's mentioning the Lord. Niggas done talked about, FEMA. Niggas done talked about 5,000 watt inverters and solar panels. Okay, niggas done talked about everything except the Lord, man. Okay, and this is that generation. All right, this is that generation of the wilderness. This that generation that asked for Barabbas. Okay, instead of Yahushua, this that generation. Okay, 2nd Esdras 16:47, it says, and they that occupy their merchandise with robbery, the more they deck their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons. Okay, so all this prepping. Okay, you think you finna prep your way through this? Think that you up on, that you ahead of the game because you're not spending your money on, outfits, but you just buying batteries. Okay. That you think that you own to something. Nah, man. It says, what the script say, it says the more, all right, the more, let me see. It's like verse 48, it says, the more will I be angry with them for their sin, said the Lord. Yeah, because Jake is not repenting. It's from the brother Yashima tribe of Judah. Jake doesn't have a mindset of repentance. You see, that's Jake still want to do what they own. That Jake with the mind, I'm going to still live how I want to live, do what I want to do. But I see danger coming, but I'm going to make my own way through the danger. No, the Lord, the more you're pissing the Lord off because you're missing the point, Jake. Okay, whether you're crying to FEMA or you think you're going to prep your way through this situation, the more you're just pissing the Lord off, man. Okay? Yeah, man, Jake tripping. And then you listen to this guy. Let's listen to a little more of this guy here.
Interesting situation, guys. And like I said, people are getting prepared. And this video isn't here to make you afraid or fearmonger or whatever the case is. I'm just educating you as the things that people are doing right now all across the country because of what they see is happening within the city of Gary, Indiana. Now, listen, this whole city, this whole territory, wherever the case is, has been without power for 2 weeks now. And I think it's important that we talk about the facts before we dive into so many of this situation. I got so many different perspectives on this here, but the facts of the matter is 12,000 customers are still without power. Now, this was just updated 2 minutes ago. As of August 24th, we're at 10:33 right now. 12,000 people are without power, right? It's 9,000 within Lake County of Indiana. And then there's also Randolph County over here. It's got 544, and there's stragglers throughout, right? But the bulk of it is coming from the northwest region of Indiana. But anyways, this has been 2 weeks now at this point. And as a matter of fact, when I checked this yesterday, this number was the same exact number. I don't know what is causing this. Nobody knows. They just know that this has been a very long time. And shout out to all the linemen that's working in these areas. I know they're working super hard. I don't want to disrespect them because I know they're actually working towards it. But it's taking so long and it's causing so many people to raise antennas beyond the situation and get prepared. And what this guy was talking about in this video, he's prepared, right? He's got solar panel batteries. He's got generators. He's got all these different things. And
that nigga ain't prepared, man. Okay, it's gonna be so much the Lord finna bring to Jake, man. You see Jake playing with the Lord. Okay, you got Jake with that mindset and think they so proactive and they gonna be good. Okay, you got Jake with that mindset, and then you got Jake that all they know how to do is beg Esau to save them, man. Both of them gonna be through. The nigga that think he's proactive and the nigga that's begging Esau, man, all of them gonna be through. Men, women, and children will be out of there, man. That nigga ain't prepared for nothing, man. All this that the Lord finna bring. Okay. You talking about batteries and the rifle. Okay.
Ultimately, I think if it comes down to it, all that stuff is not going to matter, right? If we go 18 months, it's not going to matter, right? It's going to come down to food. You know what I mean? Like, it's genuinely going to come down to food. And that's why I've been telling people, y'all need to go plant your gardens. Y'all need to go understand what's.
So you got one nigga talking about battery and hit this guy talking about garden. Now, there's nothing wrong if you got a garden. There's nothing wrong if you got certain, things, if you got backup generator. There's nothing wicked. But if you thinking that that's your way through the times to come, if you thinking that's going to be your bridge to carry you through these times, nah, man, that's off. Okay? So this nigga talking about batteries and now he's talking about a garden, which there's nothing wrong with having a garden. But if you think that a garden is going to be your saving grace in these times, man, nah, man. Okay, you don't understand what's about to happen. See, they don't understand what the Lord can bring. Jake don't understand that they're living in the worst time ever. Okay? The tribulation that the Lord is going to bring is going to be unmatched in the world's history, man. Okay, and if you're not in good standards with Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah, you're done. Give them how many batteries and gardens and rifles, okay, that you niggas got, man. You see, it's not going to counter the judgment of the Lord, man.
What is the potential to happen? I don't think it's going to get to this point. However, we talk about this Iran conflict continues to develop for more than a week. U.S. power grid out for 18 months. Let's really talk about it, guys. And I know they're probably going to talk about data centers in this here. I know they're going to talk about the Iran conflict. But basically, they said we came up with some very astounding numbers. If you knock out 9 total substations along those 3 grids, you can black out the entire United States. My question is, how do they have this information? And also, how are y'all deciding specifically? That's a very precise number. 18 months is a very precise number of how long they think this would actually happen. Truly, this article right here is very detailed and intense. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna dive super deep into it. It may make a few people scared, but ultimately, it's important to educate yourself as things that's going on out there. And people are truly just getting prepared. They're panicking and they're getting prepared. I'm not trying to be afraid, just telling you the information, guys. Let's dive a little bit deeper. And I don't think this is gonna happen, right? Like, I'll have to put that disclaimer out there. I don't think it's gonna happen. At least,
yeah, he keeps saying he don't think it's going to happen. Well, we're telling you some guarantees it's going to happen. It's going to be way worse than just a power outage. Okay, he said you praying to who? Okay, and if you praying that's not going to happen, well, guess what? You're praying against the will of the Lord. You see? So yeah, man, Jake is just out here, man. Hoping and wishing. Okay, with no understanding. And Jake think they got it. This thing figured out, man. They have no idea, okay, of the times that the Lord is getting ready to bring. Okay. Now, let's see. Get a couple of comments. This from another one from the brother GMS, the Barnes, Isaiah 30 and 15. It said, "For thus said the Lord power, the Holy One of Israel, and returning and rest shall you be saved. In quietness and confidence shall be your strength, and ye will not." Okay, so here it is. The Lord has raised up the prophets with a message of repentance. You see, and that's why we don't have to go on make these rants and protest and go scramble and try to look for resources. No, man, the Lord be having it figured out for us, man. And see, even anyone that's of the elect that's in Gary and them, this was a faith booster to them. All right, because the Lord brought them through. You gotta look at it. Sister said the lights was out for 2 weeks. They came on 2 days ago, so we back. Hey, you survived. Jacob trouble is going to be about us you know, being in these predicaments and just trusting in our power, man, and our power coming through. You know, that's gonna be the the gist of Jacob's trouble, man. You know, the Lord gonna be putting us in these scenarios, and we just gotta trust. You know, and the Lord gonna bring us through, man, all the way until the time of the chariots, man. So when you go into, keep reading. All right. See, it says, "In quietness and confidence shall be your strength." Yeah, because we're confident in our power. You know, the Lord been bringing us through situation after situation to where it's a reaction to have faith. It's a reaction to have confidence in our power. You know, when we get in the point to where it's like we're helpless, we know, hey, the Lord got it from here. You see, Lord will, you know, hey, if we find favor, man, you see, Lord will we continue to find favor. You see, but we know that, nah, man, we need a higher power to intervene above some goddamn FEMA and Esau, the government, you know, our niggas say. Okay, nah, man, it's something high. You know, we cry out to a higher power, man. Okay. Verse 16, it said, "But ye said no, for we will flee upon horses. Therefore shall ye flee, and we will ride upon the swift. Therefore, all right, shall they that pursue you be swift." Yeah, you niggas not gonna outrun these prophecies, man. Okay, you ain't gonna be able to maneuver and finesse through these prophecies, nah, man. Okay, the Lord already got it. Matter of fact, let's get that in what's that? Jeremiah 15, verses 1 through 3, Bible shot. Okay, I think that, yeah, 1 through 3. Let me see. Jeremiah chapter 15, verses. I gotta get this in NLT. Hold on. I gotta get this in. Yeah, so let's go to Jeremiah 15. I'll just read. Let's go to Jeremiah 15. All right. It's Jeremiah 15 and 1. It said, "Then the Lord said unto me," this is in NLT, it said, "Even if Moses and Samuel stood before me pleading for these people, I wouldn't help them. Away with them. Get them out of my sight, man. The Lord ain't dealing with 2/3, man. They're going to be in way worse predicaments than Gary, Indiana, man. Lord not dealing with them niggas, man. Okay? And they don't deal with the Lord. You know, the feeling is mutual, man. Okay? But it's going to be way more, it's going to be disastrous for you not dealing with the Lord. The Lord not going to be scathed. All right? Well, you not dealing with him. You see, but it's going to be detrimental to you for you not dealing with the Lord, man. Verse 2 says, "And if they say unto me, but where can we go? Tell them this is what the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai says. Those who are destined for death to death, those who are destined to war, those who are destined to famine, and those who are destined for captivity to captivity, man." Okay, so this is what's on the menu for niggas, man. 2/3, man. Okay, people with this proud, you know, entitled mindset, our people, man, they refuse to humble down to Yahweh Shai, man. This is what's on the menu for them. This it. Okay, so what we see going on, man, the Lord's going to really turn up the knob on Jake, man. Okay, because Jake, no matter what the Lord do to Jake, you see, Jake don't get it. Jake don't even mention the Lord. Jake don't even mention the Lord no more. Jake is either crying to Esau, or Jake is talking about what they got, how they prepare for what's to come. Okay, no mention of the Lord. Jeremiah 15:3 says, "I will send 4 kinds of destroyers against them," said the Lord. "I will send the sword to kill, the dogs to drag away, vultures to devour, and wild animals to finish up what is left." Man, god damn. Hey, the Lord finna get active with Jake, man, on a whole nother level. Like I said, this ain't, we're not even gonna remember this little incident in Gary, Indiana, when the Lord really started to judge Jacob, man. Okay, it's gonna be some horrific judgment, man. Men, women, children, infants, old women, old niggas, it ain't gonna matter, man. Okay, let's go here. Let's jump down to verse 5. It says, this is Jeremiah 15:5 in the NLT says, who will feel sorry for you, Jerusalem? Who will weep for you? Who will even bother to ask, how are you, man? They're not concerned about your ass, man. Nobody. Only you few niggas in this little circle. And a lot of you niggas are just there to get attention. Virtue signal, as we went into the other day. Grifting. Okay? No one's concerned about you niggas' situation, man. No one's bothering to ask about you, man. Trump hasn't even mentioned Gary, Indiana. Okay? He hasn't even mentioned it, man. Okay? Well, they have this unlimited money for data centers, which is a lot of data centers coming to Indiana. It's already in Indiana, man. You know, and I bet you best believe while this power was down, and they got something in the mix to transfer their power to them data centers, man. Okay, but nobody's worried about you. They not stopping no building of the data centers. They not stopping nothing with their new world order. They got this unlimited money to go to war. Okay. You see? No one cares, man. But people that's on the internet that's looking for attention. All right. And these opportunists, you know, these opportunistic niggas, man. Okay. They look at this as an opportunity to get some attention, man. Niggas gonna you see, niggas gonna drop off a few boxes of chips. Okay. Some Fagos, all right, and put it on this timeline, and it's on to something else, another scheme, man. Okay, Jeremiah 15:6, it says, you have abandoned me and turned your back on me, said the Lord. Therefore, I will raise my fist to destroy you. I am tired of always giving you another chance. Okay, and every day that the Lord has the prophets out teaching, man, that's another chance, man. Okay, so it's gonna get to the time where the Lord, and because it's really gonna get active when the Lord put the prophets up, man. And the famine of the word, see, that's when the Lord really gonna get busy, man. That's when the Lord really gonna be done giving niggas chances, man. Because there's this word going forth, man. There's always time to repent. The Lord's hand is stretched out still. Okay, but he's gonna bring back the hand of mercy, and he's just gonna bring the hand of punishment out, man. Okay, this truth is time sensitive, man. If you don't get it in this allotted time, well, you just get caught up in the action, man. You're gonna get caught up in judgment, man. Okay, and so yeah, man, we'll leave it there. You know, point was made. You know, I got some other stuff. I'll just save it. I'll write this out for tomorrow. You know, so Lord will, you know, you brothers, all right, and you few sisters edified once again. I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, the Kakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders, GMS, who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers, and peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful, Shalom.